Hello, 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 my friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. It's very nice to see you all here. If you're here, please, as always, please put a like and say hello so I know that you're here. It's been a while since we've done a last live stream, and people have been asking to do one for a while now, and so I decided to do one. As always, we'll try to stick to 30 minutes, but if there's some stuff to cover, we'll cover it. Other than that, we'll just wait a little bit, like literally a minute or two, to let people join. Once people join, we're going to start talking about what's currently happening in the market. Before we begin that, as always, you'll be able to find the link to my private Patreon group in the comments down below once this live stream is over, and you can also find it here. I'm leaving a link here. Main thing that we're concentrating on right now is we're going to be taking profits. If we do, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into detail about what I'm referring to. But if we do get to certain breakout, we'll be buying some more alts in the $99 tier and looking at them as more swing trades, 50%, 100%, 200% basically swings and locking in profits. I'm going to be adding bigger sums than usual. Trading probably with like 10 to 20K and trying to catch 50 to 100, 200% moves. And before that happens, we do want to see a breakout in the market, right? We're going to cover this in a minute, exactly what I'm referring to. I have a big market update, as I mentioned before, already on Patreon. The reason I'm not publishing it is, once again, I want to see the breakout happen before I publish it. Other than that, several charts are ready in relation to the stock market, in relation to Bitcoin and altcoins, basically. And now I'm waiting to see what happens in the market. I need a confirmation. How's everybody doing, my friends? Please put a like if you're here. Let's see. Ahmed, hello, brother. How are you? Huzaifa Ali says, hello, Rob. This life has been a long time coming. Absolutely, brother. Good to see you here. Sergio, good to see you here, my friend. Daddy, is XRP dead? I don't know if it's dead. I do know that I have what I consider to be a significantly big bag. In my personal opinion, I consider it big. And I'm waiting for it to move so I can ladder out and take profits. XRP is just another coin. We don't know which coin is dead or not. Once we basically peak out in this market, we're going to know which one is dead or not. To me, currently, it's just another old coin that I like to make fun of because it always moves last. And before it moves, it really tests everyone's patience. So I find it funny to joke around a little bit. And some people understand the humor, some do not, so it really depends on the personality. Let's see, my friend Siad Nabadi is here. Good to see you here, bro. Thank you for joining. Peace, happiness, and love, my friend. Dreams is here. Good morning. How are you doing, brother? My friend Awesome is here saying, hi, Rob. Hope you and your family are doing well. They're fantastic. Thank you, my friend. I hope you and your loved ones are well, too. Jose Ali saying, do you think QRDO is still a good buy, Rob? I think so, yes. I think that once again, if you're buying with a small portion of money, absolutely. If you're a Patreon member, right? If you're a Patreon member, look at the latest list that was posted of the coins you can still buy, and you can still buy it, basically. Just make sure that you're not buying any coin with big amounts of money at this point, right? That's why there's a reason why, back it was maybe like 6 months ago when I started adding a lot of coins in the $99 tier, one after another, practically nearly every day or nearly every other day or nearly third day, basically a lot, right? Now, we had these, as usual, these silly little boys and haters saying, how come you're adding so much coins all of a sudden and all that? Their answer is very simple. Now, 6 months down the road, some of these coins have already been fully sold for 1,200% profits, some for 500% profits, some only for 50% profits. Some, I believe the biggest one was 1,500, 600% profits. The answer is staring very clearly in the face, right? The answer is that I was adding because that was a great time to add. And now the main focus that we have is taking profits. There are some coins that are still in the accumulation phase, but before that happens, I would want to see a confirmation on the general altcoin market breakout. I want to see that before I add them. Other than that, if I do not see that kind of breakout, the main thing I'm concentrating on is to make sure we lock in profits. There's still a lot of alts that have not moved, and I believe that they still have to move. It might take some time, and honestly speaking, I would like to take some time. Because if we start looking at historical data, if you're on my Patreon, you know that we have slightly rearranged our portfolio, slightly, just a little bit, de-risked a tiny little bit. And the reason is very simple, is because despite the basically things that we're expecting happening, there's like some slight deviation in the market. So what we're expecting to happen happened. Bitcoin has always bottomed in roughly 80% in roughly the same amount of days as always. After that, has been putting in higher highs and higher lows as always. Ethereum has followed. Many blue chips have followed. Mid caps and low caps, some of them that were movers, have moved much better. The Dow Jones, the stock indexes, Nasdaq have made new all-time highs, and this is what we wanted to see, and that's wonderful. Now, what I want to see further to make sure that everything is going the way it has happened in the last two market cycles that we've nailed very well, I want to see several things, right? Main things that I want to see is a clear, nice pump, like you could say vertical, if you will, right? In Moonboy language, I want to see a clean breakout in the S&P 500, the Dow, and the Nasdaq. Mainly the Dow and Nasdaq. I want to see clean, nice, quick pumps on a macro, which would lead to Bitcoin breaking its new all-time high. Once I would see that, and I would mainly see Bitcoin breaking its new all-time high, that's when I will be completely at ease. Well, not completely, you can't be completely at ease ever in the market, but I would be much more at ease than I am now. Because for the first time, this is my third market cycle, and for the first time, I do not like the sentiment I'm seeing. It's overly bullish and too confident. Usually this kind of sentiment only comes in only already in the last, like, I would say 90 days or like 120 days where stuff starts speaking, right? So that makes me uneasy. There's too much confidence. There's already too much euphoria. But either way, that doesn't matter. We're monitoring the market. High lows are holding. Stocks are breaking into new all-time highs and all that. As long as we see what I just spoken about, everything is fine. Now, if I start seeing that despite new highs for the Dow and Nasdaq, I start seeing that basically high lows are not held. We addressed this in the penultimate market update, the one before the last, when we were talking about the stock market. You remember the charts probably. I was showing how high lows have to hold. As long as these high lows hold, everything's fine, everything's in order. If these high lows do not hold in the stock market, I believe that would lead to Bitcoin higher lows not holding. And of course, that means that the whole market would completely fall apart and die. Once again, that's not my prediction. Once again, that's the analysis that has allowed me to consistently make very good money and predict markets well in the last two cycles. And that's exactly how we predicted so far. Look at the results right now, right, my friends? The results are that we bought a lot of coins close to the bottom or at the bottom. We dollar cost average very well. Our portfolios are in profits. Our $99 tier portfolio is in great profits. Our millionaire spreadsheet portfolio is in profits, and many coins haven't even moved yet. But the market is moving the way we expected it, in roughly the same time frame, and in roughly the same momentum and price action. So everything is fine, right? It's just like I mentioned though earlier, that when everything when everything had crashed really hard, and we had the FTX crash and all these terrible headlines with Sam Bankman-Fried basically being arrested. Back then, I was saying the updates were, remember, ignore the noise, don't pay any attention. Turn this fear into excitement. This is where we accumulate here and lower. With dollar cost average of equal amounts of money at new lows, and that's exactly what we did. We had a lot of great entries hit, not all of them, and that's fine, because as I keep reiterating, perfection is a lie. Perfection is not required in these markets, just good performance, and preferably very, very good performance. Buy low, sell high, preferably buy very low, sell very high, without trying to catch the bottom, without trying to sell the top, right? A lot of coins are out of the accumulation zone, as I've been saying for a while, such coins as Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and many others. What does that mean? People ask me, does that mean that I think that, they won't deliver? I've been saying already, for months now, no, I do think that they will deliver. Bitcoin did deliver expected targets. Ethereum is delivering expected targets. XRP pumped 230% before even Ethereum or Bitcoin. The point I'm trying to make is, right, when I say a coin is out of the accumulation phase, that means that basically I'm not buying these coins. I believe that nobody should buy them. What you do is up to you. Me personally, I'm not buying these coins because I believe in the accumulation zone, right? That's when coins crash anywhere from 80 to 99%. You start dollar cost averaging with equal amounts of money, preferably only at new lows, preferably. So That's what I do, right? That's how our portfolios are currently in profit, because that's the system that works. Mm, what I really want to see once again is I want to see clean breakouts on the S&P 500, the Dow, and the Nasdaq, basically main stock indexes. I want to break them. I want to see them break them up with confidence, and then I want to see Bitcoin follow through. I want to see new all-time highs for Bitcoin. And that's when also would truly go absolutely ballistic and pump hard. Until we see a new all-time high in Bitcoin, I'm cautious, right? And yes, I'm taking profits, partial profits on some coins earlier, and I'll continue to do so. Every single time, as you know, in Patreon, every single time that I buy or sell something, any portion of any coin, you know about it within minutes that I've done it. That will continue to happen whenever I'm buying or selling anything, whether it be a portion of the bag or the entirety of the bag. As always, you will know about it within a few minutes on Patreon, because I do have to, sell. Then I do have to write and click publish, so it takes 2 or 3, maybe 5 minutes. Either way, let's see, my friends. Right now, remember, our main goal is to be cautious and think about locking in profits, right? That is our main goal. The accumulation phase has ended, as I've said many times before, on many altcoins, right? As I said many times before, there's a reason why we added so many coins. We will add some coins, as I mentioned once again, if I see a breakout on alts, which I think is very possible. I'm not being negative or anything. I'm being cautious, as I always have been. I always keep it real with you. I'm not the kind of person that gets excited when everybody else gets excited, or gets scared when everybody gets scared. You've seen our performance. You see how well we're doing, right? I was excited at the bottom and close to the bottom, and now as everything starts pumping, I'm growing cautious. And once everything has pumped even more, especially many altcoins start pumping very well, you see me grow terrified and scared. That's the way it works for me, my friends. And everybody has a weakness in crypto. And my weakness in crypto, perhaps that's why one of the main reasons why I have been profitable, is that I do sell early. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The main thing is, as I mentioned before, I told you earlier on, that we will sell early. Perfection is not required. The main thing is a very solid rule, right? Once you sell, usually sell portions of your bag and ledger out as the coin goes up and start setting a trailing stop loss. That's exactly what we're going to start doing soon as alts move up. But once you sell the entirety of your bag, you do not think about jumping back into that coin until a huge crash happens, because yes, despite maybe the whole bull structure being there and all that, you never know. Maybe it's a coin that's about to get rugged, right? So once you sell a coin, very solid rule, you don't get back into it, except maybe very rare exceptions. But they're, like I said, rare exceptions, right? So that's that. I believe that soon I'll be publishing the Patreon market update. I cannot force the market to move as fast as I want it to move. All we can do is sit and wait for the moment to happen. But I do believe that the moment is going to happen quite soon. The update is ready. Other than that, if I see some coins taken off, and coins are currently taken off, especially if you're $99 tier, probably have mentioned and have noticed that some coins are currently now going up. And we had a very nice period, I think, like about a month ago, where we're locking in profits, sometimes several times a day, every single day. And I think that time is coming once again, in my personal opinion. I believe that time is going to come once again, where we're going to start locking in profits, and sometimes profits several times a day on different altcoins, right? So everything is okay, where we are all well diversified. We have started locking in profits. We'll keep locking in profits. Whenever I buy or sell anything, you'll know within minutes. That's that. Let's see what you're saying, my friends. Dedi Erwan is saying, "Thank you, Rob. You're my idol." Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. But I know you mean it nicely, but I don't want to be anyone's idol, my friend. But thank you, brother. I appreciate the nice word. Jay Playa is asking, "What are my thoughts on Alchemy Pay?" I don't know what that is, my friend. I don't know what that is. Thomas Horton is saying, "Hey, Rob, good to see you on live again." Thomas, thank you for joining, my friend. It's good to see you too, guys. Jose Ali is saying, "Yeah, I'm on your Patreon. It has greatly guided me through my crypto journey. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure, brother, that I've interacted with you several times, and I'm glad to hear that the Patreon updates have guided you well through the crypto journey, my friend. Scorpio is asking, will this bull market end this year or end of 2025? That's a very great question, Scorpio. And the way I'm going to answer it is that as long as higher lows on the macro hold, it's going to end as always in roughly 4 years, give or take roughly. But if higher lows do not hold, it's going to end whenever the higher lows do not hold. You see what I mean? So do not think about it. Is it going to happen this year or 2025? Maybe higher lows will not hold this year. Maybe they will not hold in 2025. So basically, whenever higher lows on the macro don't hold, that's when I personally believe that you have to start getting out of the market. Because as I've shown on Patreon on numerous occasions, whenever Bitcoin failed to hold a higher low, the last higher low on the macro, from its peak, so not from the breaking point of the higher low, but from the peak where it peaked out and then it hits the higher low. So from that peak, it would crash at least 72%, right? At least 72%. Yeah, it's kind of, if that happens, whenever that happens, that's when we'll start getting out. I know that, I mean this with utmost respect. I do not mean it in a demeaning way. I know that newcomers often do not have a read on the market, so they ask newcomer questions, right? They start asking about time frames, 2024, 2025. Like, I do think about it that way also, and I do, of course, measure the markets in days and whatnot. That's how the market has been moving more or less the way we expected it to move. But what's more important is percentages, number one thing, right? Which we use to our advantage. And then time frames when they align with the percentages. Market sentiment, and of course, as I mentioned earlier, high lows. Once high lows stop holding, especially when they stop holding on several blue chips, let's say Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I don't know what else, like something like BNB, and then stock indexes stop holding higher lows. That's when you're in trouble. And that's when you start getting out, basically. Once again, we're not at that point. Everything is holding. We are making higher lows. We are holding those higher lows. Stocks are breaking to new all-time highs. So we're just going to stick to the data that we have, right? I'm mentioning this because I want you to be forewarned. I want you to be cautious now. I don't want you to be euphoric. I don't want you to be excited. I want you to be happy. Yes, sure, it's wonderful. Like, some friends write to me, Rob, leave us alone. Let us be happy a little bit. We've waited for this for so long. Coins have finally started pumping and all that. I get it, my friends, right? But I've always tried to teach everyone that you have to be excited and happy at the bottom. And I personally get sad when I come to buy more coins as they crash further, because I know what happens. And this is what's happening now. That coins start going up and we start locking in profits, right? So this is no time for excitement, my friends. I know that you're going to see a lot of nonstop euphoric tweets from big accounts and euphoric videos, and people probably buying Lambos, or somebody's going to go buy a Bugatti, and then I don't know, somebody's going to throw $1 million in cash from a helicopter. You get the point, right? These are no things you should not be looking at and thinking, now I can invest and I can be like that guy. When you start seeing things like that, you start taking profits of getting out, even if you're a late market participant. Like, I know that the overwhelming majority of my Patreon members are not late market participants. They were buying with me close to the bottom and they were diversifying. But I do know that we have patrons who are late market participants. And to those individuals, when I talk to them, I tell them, you have to be aware of the fact that you're a late market participant. Like, you cannot raise the targets and whatnot just because you're a late market participant. You can still make money on this and that. You can still diversify and get out and profit and make decent money, but you're not going to make the same ROI and you're not going to get the same percentage as we did, because we bought significantly lower, So when people, for example, who are buying Bitcoin at like 50K, right? We were buying at like 17, 20, and 23,000 or something like that. Yeah, dollar cost averaging there. At 50K, we were basically up 100-something%, right? For them now to have the same ROI, Bitcoin would need to go above 100K, right? So you see, late market participants, they never like me, because when the bull market starts, I'm always honest with people. They never like me because I tell them, yes, you can make money, you can invest, but the higher we go, the higher the risk is, the slower the reward is. Higher risk and reward is not in your favor. It would have been in your favor much more if you had been coming in during the depression phase what is known as a depression phase. I call it the accumulation phase, right? So yeah, main thing is let's concentrate on profits, monitoring the markets day and night. That's pretty much all I do. I stare at the screen and check markets and charts 24/7. That's basically my life, right? And that's why you're subscribed to my Patreon, right? That's why you're paying members, because I deliver. I have delivered so far throughout the whole cycle, and I'm going to keep delivering, right? My point is that all right, I'll just say it. I guess I have to say some things to get the point across. For example, you know that we were investing into Chainlink, right? It's one of our main investments in the Millionaire spreadsheet. Currently, it crossed like $20, nearly hit $21, which is fantastic because we're buying significantly lower. And since while we're waiting for for these pumps to come, some people started telling me they do not have money to keep investing. It's difficult for them to put together like $10,000. So they asked for swing trades. I said, okay, no problem. We'll start swing trading. So if you've been my member, you know that we swing traded Link to the point where we doubled our bags basically. So currently we're supposed to sell like Link bag at like $38 in the first take profit of 10 or 20%. But we sold it earlier because having doubled our Link bag, it means that when you double less profits, right? So instead of, let's say, waiting for $40, we can start selling that amount at $20. Instead of now waiting for I don't know, $50, we can sell that amount that we plan to sell at $25, right? So that's just one of the examples, right? For example, what happens on Patreon. So yeah, I guess I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Let's see what you're saying, my friends. Siad Mimidi saying, what about alts? Do you believe big pumps before the halving or big quark tour? I'm not sure, bro, what you mean by quark tour. I do not think that the halving has any significance, right? Like, I'm not one of these people who believes that the halving event is going to do anything for crypto. I believe that there's stronger correlation between stocks. Yes, it's not a 100% correlation between every single move, between every micro move in a macro picture. But in a macro picture, so far, because like I said earlier, right? That's all I do day and night. I stare in charts. I look for correlations. I look for data that will help us to outperform the market, and that's why we are outperforming the market. But I have found that having doesn't really have good standing, right? It's just one of those, I would say, very idiotic narratives that people made popular, like buy the dip, for example, right? So like these are the kind of stuff that I would stay away from. All we know for so far that the market cycles have been roughly 4 years, give or take. So it can be 6 months less or 10 months more, right? Roughly 4 years. All we know so far that there's a strong correlation on the macro between the stock indexes and then Bitcoin breaking into new all-time highs. And once Bitcoin does that, alts pumping incredibly hard. Not all of them, some of them, right? That's all we know for now. So far, like I said earlier, everything is going in order. Everything is fine. So to answer your question, I believe as long as high lows on a macro hold, yes, we will see some altcoins pump very well. Some altcoins pump okay, and some altcoins do absolutely nothing and go to zero and crash, which is exactly why we're diversified. Manjiro is here, brother. Good to see you. He's saying, hey, brother, been a while. Hope you and your family are doing great. Thank you, Manjiro. We are. Hope you're well too, brother. My friend, International Crypto Asset Ninja, is here. You're saying, happy to see you, brother. Nice shirt. Hope the family is doing fine. International Crypto Asset Ninja, it's good to see you here. Thank you for the compliment, and the family as well. Hope your loved ones are well too. Josefi Ali saying, Rob, have you had a look at the RIO? It looks like a very promising project. Rio, basically. I think I have. Yeah, I think I have. Look, there are many promising projects out there. And I'm not saying that it's not going to pump, for example, right? But I can tell you that Rio rings a bell. That means I probably looked at it. If I didn't add the coin, I didn't add it for a reason, right? There's a lot of basic data that goes into me buying a coin, right? I probably, like I mentioned earlier, by this point have gone through over 1,000 charts, over 1,000 coins, and as you well know, they're roughly current because we've exited some coins already. They're probably somewhere around like, I don't know, 38 maybe coins or something like that, what we have. And that's after having gone through all those coins and charts and information and private groups and Telegram groups and paid groups and seeing what's being shilled, looking at the sentiment, right? Reading newsletters and all that stuff, right? Like nonstop work. Oh, my friend DM Logic is here. But DM, why is your name now DM Logic's Thought Experiment? They're saying good morning, Rob. Good morning, my friend. It's good to see you here. DM, what happened? You know, one thing I've noticed that whenever now you always just say Rob now. It's not brother, bro, friend. Like, are you like I don't know, upset with me or something, brother? Scorpio is saying I made a huge mistake. I sold the coin in profits, then bought back in at higher prices, and now have less than 30,000 coins than I had before. And on top of that, I own tax on 45K in profits. Yeah, Scorpio, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. You know, this is one thing I keep reiterating, right? So once you sell a coin, do not jump back into it, with extremely rare exceptions, right? But the rule is that you not jump back into the coin if you sold it entirely. You either ladder out as the coin pumps, or once you've sold, that's it. Leave it be, right? Because that's exactly how unfortunate people get burned. Best thing you can do is learn from it and not do that again in the future. Awesome. You have recently sold a small percentage of a coin in the Millionaire spreadsheet. Are you planning to swing trade that coin? No. Awesome. If you're referring to the coin that I think you're referring to, one of the main plays in the MS, I'm not planning to swing trade with that. No. Matthew is saying, hi, Rob. Hope you and your family are well. I think being in a bull market is definitely scarier than a bear market. Can't afford to mess this up. Matthew, well said. I fully agree with you. Like the bull market frightens me. This euphoria and excitement all over Twitter and YouTube, it frightens me, right? When I see that there's fear, a lot of fear, right? And I see that everything is crashing hard. I don't know. I feel so much comfortable. I feel much more comfortable just buying and holding and diversifying. Once everything starts pumping, that's when I start getting scared. N54LL is saying, hey, Rob, what's your take on VeChain so far, and what do you think you can reach this bull run? N5, so basically, my take on VeChain is it's a good coin to have in your portfolio. It's one of those coins that we also bought and diversified into close to the bottom with all cost average new lows and all that good stuff. Follow the strategy. I think that VeChain has potential. I do have targets, but I'm not going to share them here. All I can tell is just like for any other coin, VeChain, XRP, Ethereum, any altcoin, just name it. The moment I see that high lows are not holding, I'm getting out of it despite what the targets are, because that's the only way to ensure profits. Scorpio says, main issue is I never have much money to invest in coins when they're at the bottom. I didn't have 15K to buy Bitcoin at that price, but when it went to 50K, I had 50K to buy it. Scorpio, you see, my friend, I understand what you mean, but I can't, like, I'll just be straightforward with you. Like, you're a late market participant, brother. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. It sucks. I hope that next time the crashes come, you will have money on the side. I still to this day have roughly like 40% of my portfolio sidelined because some targets never hit, and that money is still sidelined and it's not going to be used unless I see some black swan event where I can dollar cost average more at the bottom, right? But yeah, so like with 40% of my portfolio that was allocated for crypto, I missed out even slightly more, right? Because the targets never hit. But that does not change the fact that I bought a lot, that I managed to get some great entries, and that my portfolio is in profit. I don't know. That's the way I see it, brother. I don't know. I don't really know what to say to that. Not that I'm trying to be rude or mean, but yeah. International Crypto Asset Ninja saying, hit that like and subscribe, guys. Help Rob spread the good word. Gotta appreciate his hard work watching this market 24/7. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yes, please kindly hit a like if you're here, my friends. Would appreciate it. Thomas Horton is saying, I understand your caution. It seems too soon for PQ4 to be just around the corner. Let's see how the market matures. Thomas, I agree with you. It does seem too soon. And that's why I said main thing is that what we expect to happen with the stock market is happening. What we expected with Bitcoin and also to happen is happening. Bullish market structure is holding as long as higher lows are holding. Excuse me, please. But the moment I see that higher lows are not holding, that's what I'm warning, right? We're changing our plan and we're getting out, right? Because you have to be basically a novice in the art of crypto to have 100% conviction that everything is going to follow the way you expect it to follow. That's just not the way to go about investing in any speculative markets, and cryptos are speculative markets, right? We always have to keep in the back of our minds that every single pump in crypto, the bigger it is, it ends in a major crash. And the bigger the pump, the bigger the crash, right? Don't forget what has happened to blue chips in the last two cycles. You know, some of them are down 99.99%. People back in 2018, 19, 20 were predicting that they're going to be blue chips with the major utility and that they're going to turn them into millionaires. Now the coins are dead. They're never coming back. They're down like nearly 100%. People who had invested in them have lost nearly every single penny or every single penny, and the money is never coming back, right? So it's very important to remember this stuff. I understand that maybe I'm overly cautious, but you know, I'd rather be cautious. You know, I have a lot of people to look after. I have a lot of money to look after, and I take this very seriously because it's my job. You know, it's not a hobby for me; it's my full-time job. Scorpio saying if XRP doesn't go to at least $8, I will be so mad. Years of holding and still in losses. You know, my friend, the thing is, it's not just about XRP. There's also like a huge following of Doge and Ethereum and what else has like quite productive communities. I would say VT. But XRP and Doge in particular, right? People for some reason have such maximalist approaches about these coins, and I understand, unfortunately, that a lot of people got burned by going all into these coins and whatnot. All I can say is that I think XRP will deliver with the rest of the market. We'll see how well it does. We'll see how the structures are in terms of higher lows being built. And once you start seeing it go up, don't just wait for $8. Once you start seeing it go up, start selling systematically. Take profits here and there. Sell 10% here. I don't know, another 10 to 15% there, another 20% there. Start selling systematically on the way up. And if it's up a lot already at something like $8, seriously, I would sell much more, if not everything, and get out of the market. Because even if it goes to $20, like, does it really matter? Are you really gonna not lock in $8, right? For example. Yeah, me personally, I expect I don't need it to go as high. Like for me, much smaller dollar valuation will do just fine because you know I did accumulate heavily years ago at 15 cents. I bought some at 10 cents, some at 30 cents, like even 35, 38 cents maybe. But the point I'm trying to make is I bought the most XRP ever bought at 15 cents. I do consider it to be a big bag for me personally. So I need much smaller dollar valuation. But either way, I hope that you have been diversifying and buying other coins, and I hope you have been doing so in the accumulation phase, like like roughly a year ago, or like roughly like 6 months ago for some coins. I hope you've been buying there. Yeah. Francisco Freitas, yes, I just answered that question. The question is, do I think XRP can still pump well? Yes, I do think XRP can still pump well. But please keep in mind that this is not the accumulation zone, right? Just because I think it can pump well, it does not mean that it will pump well, right? There's a reason why there are rules. So what I'm saying is, for me personally, I am not buying an XRP here, right? It's not about what we think, it's about what we do that matters. What I did was accumulate heavily between 10 to 30 cents, roughly 15 cents. I'm holding. I'm still in good profit. And therefore, if it goes back into the between 5 cent to the 30 cent range, I'll start dollar cost averaging at new lows and swing trading it. But I'm not adding here. It's very important to think that. Do I think that it can pump well? Yes, I think it can pump well with the rest of the market. How well we will see depending on how the higher lows hold. I do have an understanding. I do have a dollar valuation in my head, but I'm thinking there's no point with even talking about it because I sell early. I'll probably get out early. So I highly recommend if you're in my Patreon. Every single time there's an update, because every single time I sell something, I do update right away within minutes. Read that and then decide if you want to follow that. But I always share when I sell something, and then when XRP goes up, I'll be sharing when I'm selling also. Scorpio saying sometimes charts don't matter. Look at ICP. Not sure what you mean by that, my friend. I think that charts always do matter because, well, charts within them we have percentage pumps and falls. I don't know what you mean about ICP, my friend. We got into ICP and we're in profit. In the $99 tier, ICP is one of our coins and we're in profit. So I'm not quite sure what you mean by look at the ICP. Pac-Man, thank you. I appreciate it. Pac-Man said, glad to hear from you again. Excited for the upcoming bull run. Thank you, brother. Thomas Wharton says, what do you think of the current AI narrative? I think that, as I mentioned many times, Thomas, you'll probably remember this. Throughout the last year, I've been saying, pretty much the same thing. Diversify in different coins with different narratives. And within that, I always said gaming coins, DeFi coins, AI coins, and lots of other stuff, right? So my point is, AI is a kind of narrative that by now you should have AI coins. By now you should have them. NFI4L says XRP is more of a long hold. I don't know. There's I don't know if I would agree with that statement. XRP, this is a thing, right? At one point back in the day, and thank goodness that nothing hurt me because I stuck to my rules, and the 15 cents I was calling for at the $3 happened, and I bought there heavily, and then I took profits at 59 cents and all that. The point I'm trying to make is one thing, with every single market cycle, you learn things, right? And this market cycle has taught me some new things also. What the last market cycle taught me is that you should never have more than 10% of your portfolio in any coin, and you should never treat one blue chip more special than other blue chip, or one mid cap more special than the other mid cap, or one small cap more special than the other small cap. The reality of it is, and I know that people grow extremely frustrated and angry with me when I say this, that they're all shit coins. Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, BNB, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Bonk, Pepe, the VET, they're all just garbage, right? That's the truth of it. Why? Because people buy thinking it's based on utility. So they buy thinking I bought and now the price is going up. And very often the price goes up. People start saying it's going up because of utility. And once again, they get upset with me because I say it's not going up to utility, it's going up due to simply market momentum and people buying, creating buy walls. And it's hitting the targets we expected, start laddering out profits, start locking in profits, because once the top is in, this shit coin is going down 90% or more, which is exactly what happens with every single coin during every single cycle. No coin is special, right? So I don't think that XRP is more of a long hold or per se. I just think that different coins behave differently, but they all behave within the walls of a certain market cycle, right? So it is true that XRP pumps last but fast, but there might be a deviation, right? I hold XRP because I do think it will deliver this market cycle, but there's absolutely nothing to suggest that it will pump hard with the old coins that do pump hard, which is exactly why we diversify, right? Which is exactly why I have so many coins in my portfolio, and XRP is one of them. And I do believe that XRP is one of those coins that everyone should have in their portfolio. But I do not think it's special. I do not believe in riddles, teddy bears. I do not like Ripple. I do not believe that what Ripple does matters in any way whatsoever. I do not basically think that its use case is special. I believe that it's a coin that has a big, large community. That's important. That it's shielded by influencers with big followers. That's important. That it's down significantly and therefore has potential to pump hard. And I know that it will be shielded to newcomers. The newcomers will potentially buy it because they'll believe in the use case, and that's important. And I know that it's available on top tier exchanges so that people have easy access to it, to buy it and pump it, and that's important, right? That's the way I look at all the coins in this market. TT, hello, brother. How are you? Good to see you here. Stephen May saying, hi, legend. What do you think are the best narratives in crypto? Best narratives in crypto? Once again, it's a good question, because the way I look at it, like when I spoke about this on Patreon and teach people my mindset and strategy, I always say that don't listen to anything, because the overwhelming majority of the stuff out there is a narrative, right? So for me, narrative in crypto is a negative, has a negative context behind it. So what I believe in crypto is simple. Wait for major crashes, dollar cost average with equal amounts of money at new lows, diversifying the different coins with different narratives, buy some blue chips, mid caps, low caps, and micro caps, hold, wait, see what would deliver, start laddering out with profits, setting trading, take profits. High lows don't hold, get out. They hold, keep laddering out with profits. And at the end of the market, you'll see what delivers. That's what I believe in, brother. One thing I can tell you that I believe truly is important, but once again, does not work 100% of the time, just like it doesn't work with anything else, any tool that you use in crypto to try and measure the market. There is no such tool that works 100% of the time. If it did, I believe I would have found it by now and been a billionaire, but I'm not. So, but very important is this. If you see that a lot of different influencers who have large followings are consistently shilling the same coin, and you see that the coin is steadily climbing, it's probably a good idea to get a bit of that coin. Once again, doesn't mean you should go all in or invest more than 10% of your portfolio. Probably shouldn't even invest 5% of your portfolio. What I'm saying is you can throw some money at it, and then you find another such coin. If it's down enough, let's say the coin is down 85 or 90%, but it's steadily climbing, influencers are consistently shilling it. They've been doing so for, let's say, for half a year or a year. You can buy that, right? That's the way I look at the market. I just believe that's very important. And market sentiment is very important, and percentages are very important. Fraser is saying, I sold all my XRP on the Clarity pump and have buy order set at 18 to 22 cents. Well done. Great profits you locked in there. Because XRP pumped as high as 95 cents and then already retraced to 84 cents. So well done. Good job. Sahil SB saying, hi, Rob. Will the live be recorded for later to watch? I am at work. Yes, brother, absolutely. They're always recorded. Jose Lenny Solidum is saying, sold 80% of XRP bag 8 months ago and bought Solana and Cardano instead. Today, my money has grown nearly 8x already. Well, Jose is a perfect example of what happens when you diversify, and he still has 20% of his XRP back, right? So he's already ate up 8x. Jose, well done. Well done, brother. Diversification works, and you're living proof of that. Well done. Yeah. Jose Santana is saying, hey, Rob, what about ADA? Jose, what do you mean? What about ADA? I do have ADA in my portfolio, to answer your question. I do not believe that it is in the accumulation zone anymore. Once again, that does not mean I don't believe it won't go higher. I do believe it will go higher. The point I'm trying to make is I do not think that this is the accumulation zone and that anybody should be buying here. We bought significantly lower. Since we did buy significantly lower, now I can disclose that we own ADA. Dreams, have I checked out AMI? AMI. Doesn't ring a bell, my friend. I'm not sure. While you're here, please kind of put a like, my friends. Jose Ali saying, will there be any new coins added to the $99 tier before the cycle ends? Yes, There are already alts that I want to add. But as I mentioned earlier, my friend, I would like to see a breakout, a certain breakout in altcoin market cap, which will make me feel a lot more comfortable buying these alts. So, I'm not the kind of person who believes in just being emotional buyer and randomly buying this and that. When I buy, there has to be certain criteria, especially when we're already in a phase where many coins, like many blue chips, are already out of the accumulation zone. So once we have these market conditions where many blue chips are out of the accumulation zone, I like to look at mid caps and low caps that have potential to keep pumping. But I like to see breakouts first, right, on a macro before I buy them. All right, my friends, we've been here for 45 minutes. That's 15 minutes more than I planned to do. I wanted to be here for 30 minutes. I really appreciate all your time. Thank you so much for joining. And I'll catch you guys in the next live. Hopefully, I believe we'll be publishing the big patron update this week. I hope that the market starts breaking out or delivering the signals that I wanted to deliver. Like I said, I cannot force it to do what I want. And once that happens, we'll be adding more alts in the $99 tier. Currently, there's still coins, by the way, that you can buy. So if you're in the $99 tier, I'm going to ask our dear friend Black Waters to give an update. He does this every week, but I've been postponing it because, once again, I'm waiting for a breakout. But there's still altcoins you can buy, right? One thing I'm going to keep reiterating, my friends, that I reiterated before, and what happens, and then people join later and they get all upset, right? So I'm going to tell you this, right? Get into $99 tier now and get these coins that haven't moved now, right? Because once they move, it's going to be too late, because then they get upset. For example, we're taking 1,600% profit or 1,200% profit. We sold the whole coin, and they're like, "Oh, I don't have that coin. I don't have this coin, and I don't have that coin either," right? Well, I'm adding new coins, and you're going to have to be patient. We waited like sometimes a year to be able to sell at those prices. And the thing is, if you want to be selling coins down the road for a good profit, you have to get in and wait, right? It's not going to happen like you just got in, a month or two passed, and that's it. It just doesn't work that way, right? So my point is, they're like soon, very soon, I believe that there's going to come already a point where we'll not be able to buy any coins, right? And that is going to happen once the breakout in the altcoins happens, hopefully. Once that happens, we're going to reach a point where we're not going to be able to buy any more new coins. And what we're going to be doing maximum is swing trading, which is exactly why also many of these coins in the $99 tier will be swing trading. Because the higher the market goes, the more risky it becomes to have money in the market. You have to be aware of that. All right, my friends, I really appreciate you. Once again, please kind of put a like, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace, happiness, and love, my friends. Bye-bye.